Hello everyone. Hope everyone's beginning of August is going well. So, once again, I'm wearing my Beyoncé shirt. I have a new one. It's in the dryer. I am actually going to wear it to her concert for the Renaissance tour coming to DC, but technically Maryland. Coming to Maryland on Sunday. I will be there. I'm going to be there. So today I'm going to do part one of reviewing her discography because I was motivated, but I didn't think I would be motivated enough to review all 7 in one video. So we're going to get the first 4 in this video, and then the next video the last 3. And I feel like the last 3 are like the most impactful, or the most, I would say the most critically acclaimed, the most fan-loved of her discography. But of course, I'm going to talk about some that I think are also fan favorites in her early discography as well. So, I'm going to give you a little background on Beyoncé if you don't know anything about her, which I feel like is impossible, but just in case, I'm going to share a tiny bit of her biography from, of course, good old Wikipedia. She is Beyoncé Jill Knowles, technically Carter, but they don't have Carter here. She was born on September 4th, 1981 in Houston, Texas to Celestine Tina Knowles. Of course, if you don't know, her last name is Beyoncé, but it's spelled with an I. And her mom was like, oh, there's no boys in the family, so I'm going to call my daughter Beyoncé. So that's how she got her name. Tina was a hairstylist and salon owner, and Matthew was a Xerox. And Matthew Knowles, her first ex-husband, was a Xerox sales manager. Tina is Louisiana Creole, and Matthew is African American. Beyonce's younger sister, Solange Knowles, is also a singer and a former backup dancer for Destiny's Child. And I did not know this fact, even though I know a lot about Beyonce. Solange and Beyonce are the first sisters to have both had #1 solo albums. I did not know that. Of course, Beyonce is a singer, songwriter, businesswoman known as Queen Bee, as she is recognized for her boundary-pushing artistry and vocal performances. Beyonce is regarded as one of the greatest entertainers of her generation. Her contributions to music and visual media have made her an influential pop culture figure of the 21st century. She started performing in various singing and dancing competitions as a child. She rose to fame in the late 90s as a member of the R&B girl group Destiny's Child, one of the best-selling girl groups of all time. So I guess I didn't need to open this window talking about Dangerously in Love. But, okay, so they had their hiatus for Destiny's Child in the early 2000s, so she released her debut album, Dangerously in Love, in 2003. I think on the page, though, let me double check. It does say that Kelly Rowland, I think, and Michelle Williams, that was the final lineup for Destiny's Child. I want to say they had already put out albums. Let's see if it even talks about it here. It talks about the hiatus. Okay, it says each of them were going to release the solo album. I swear, it said somewhere that Michelle and Kelly did release albums before her. But anyway, basically all took time to release their solo albums when she released her solo album as well. Then she released the commercially successful solo albums such as B-Day 2006, I Am Sasha Fierce 2008, and 4 2011. In the late 2010s, Beyonce's artistry achieved widespread acclaim for releasing the sonically experimental visual albums Beyoncé, self-titled, from 2013, and Lemonade 2016, which explores social themes such as infidelity, feminism, and womanism. Following the acclaimed LGBT-inspired dance album Renaissance 2022, she became the first solo artist to have Their first 7 solo albums debuted at number 1 in the U.S., which I did not know that either. I didn't know her albums were number 1. She has sold over 200 million records worldwide. She's one of the best-selling artists of all time. She has 32 Grammys, 26 MTV Music Awards, 24 double NAACP Image Awards. Say that 5 times fast. 35 BET Awards and 17 Soul Train Awards, Soul Train Music Awards, all of which are more than any other artist in the music industry. With 31 career top 10 singles in the U.S. Billboard Hot 100, including 12 including 12 chart toppers, she became the first female artist and third overall to achieve at least 20 as a solo artist and 10 as a group member. Her success during the 2000s earned her recognition as the RIAA's Top Certified Artist of the Decade and Billboard's Top Female Artist of the Decade. In 2014, Billboard named her the highest earning black musician of all time. She's the most successful black touring act in history, according to Pollstar. In 2020, Time magazine featured her among a list of 100 women who defined the last century. In 2023, Rolling Stone ranked her at number 8 on their list of 200 greatest singers of all time. So that's a lot of information. A lot I left out because we'd be here all day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to get into it since I'm going to talk about 4 different albums. So we're going to talk about Dangerously in Love first, which is her debut album. It was released June 24, 2003. It's R&B. It's a genre. My vibes I got were like classic R&B, mellow, Quiet Storm vibes. So like, which I don't really like this because sometimes I come home late and then they're playing the Quiet Storm. Like, I'm trying to stay awake. I don't want to drive and veer off the side of the road. You know what I mean? But that's the kind of vibes I got. So I'm going to talk about my favorite songs and my least favorite song and give my overall opinion. There's a lot of background information that I'm leaving out about like all... well, I did give a little background information for Dangerously in Love. So if I can remember, I will give a little background information. But she was definitely more heavily involved with this album. When I looked on the Wikipedia, that's what it said. So let's get into my favorite songs. Baby Boy, a classic bebop, of course. Bebop, you know what I mean. It's a classic bop by B. I love this instrumental so much. It's so layered. The lyrics are so cute. I love Sean Paul as a feature. Definitely one of my favorite songs by her. They definitely said on the Wikipedia there were a lot of Arabic vibes, Arabic sounds. Let me see what exactly it says. Yeah. So there are ballads on there, R&B songs. It incorporates soul, hip hop, and Arabic music, which, yeah, I agree with that. And also, I was trying to only do 2 favorites and 2 least favorites, except for I Am Sasha Fierce, because it is technically 2 albums, but we'll get to that. And then my second one was Be With You. B was singing her heart out on this track. I love all the samples used, and it felt like they melted together very well. It's a very 70s funky kind of sound. And I think it's underrated pop, even by me, because I have this album, but I don't think I listened to the song very much. Definitely a hidden gem. There were other songs I liked on there, like Signs, written by Missy Elliott. That was really cool. Especially because she did like the reverse thing like Missy Elliott always does, so that's like interesting. My least favorite songs was Daddy. I don't hate it, but it's ironic. She wants a man like her daddy, and her dad and Jay-Z both cheated, which is her dad, had an affair baby, so there's that, which recently the mom of the affair child came out, talked to a magazine, and was like, oh, why doesn't Beyonce and, love my son? But, yeah, no, that's not, I don't have anything to do with Beyonce. That's with Matthew Knowles. But, yeah, which is like much yikes that she's like, oh, I want someone like my dad. Well, I put much yikes, lol. Of course, you couldn't predict the future, but it's still like a crazy coincidence that, yeah. Which she does talk about in Lemonade, which, if I remember, hopefully I will talk about that again because it does talk about infidelity a lot in Lemonade. That's like one of the themes. Um, but basically, it's like a pattern that she's noticed with her family and getting divorced, and basically, she didn't want that. But yeah, once we get to Lemonade, I'll try to remember to. I'm gonna try and lock that in my brain to talk about that again. But my overall opinion, it was a lot more mellow than I remember. I don't remember being that mellow. And it has a lot more ballads than I remembered. Uh, which I guess is not one of the albums that I listen to a lot. But, I mean, I have the album, like the physical album. So definitely not a party record. Besides a lot of unique songs, like Signed and Be With You. Definitely a very classic slow jam R&B album. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I'm giving it a slightly above a 5 because a lot of songs were unique, but it was a slow ride through the album. So, yeah, if you want to listen to it. I think this album's actually kind of long, too. I forget how many tracks are on there. Which, I think all of her albums are about, yeah, it's like an hour. How many tracks on it? 15? Okay. I feel like she's had longer albums, but yeah, basically. All right. And I also wrote acrostic poems for each album. This one is based off the title. So 2 are based off the titles of the albums, and then the other 2 are based on the favorite songs from the albums. So this one is called Danger. You know, like with the letters. You know what an well, if you don't know what an acrostic poem is, you basically use the letters of a word and you put it like in a line, and then you have each letter be a line in the poem. I'm going to put something that actually explains this a lot better. But basically, you line up the word this way, and then you have the lines this way. And each word can be separate, or it can go into the other letter. Yeah. All right, here it goes. Doing for you what I wouldn't do for anyone else, and never letting you go, because you are everything I wish for, and I realize that you are the perfect match for my flame. What is that? All right. This next one is called B-Day, which coincided with her 25th birthday, which was September 4th, 2006. The album came out August 31st, 2006, though. I thought it came out on her B-Day, because I didn't really know. Like, I have the album, too. But I don't know. I always thought it came out on her B-Day because it's called B-Day. So, I don't know. It made sense to me. You know what I mean? But it is also R&B. Some of these genre categories, like they'll talk about in the actual Wikipedia article, like the different genres that are included in the album. But then when you look up the genre, it's just like R&B. But it had a lot of different influences in here. The vibes were fun, energetic, funky. My favorite songs, Deja Vu, which is like classic Beyonce song. Oh, it's featuring Jay-Z. I forgot to put that, which is like one of her most popular songs. The song is so lively and energetic. I love the lyrics and the beats. It's all a bop. It's relatable to people who are in love, and got people who... Oh, it's related to people who are in love, and also people who just want to dance. LOL. If you just want to dance, throw it on. Universal Bop. My second favorite song was Resentment. I love when B performs this live. She's always so passionate and aggressive. I think it's underrated pop by her, honestly. I think it's also super relatable for people who have been betrayed but stayed and are trying to like pick up the pieces. Of course, when it's quiet, it's like everything going on upstairs. Yeah, so I also have a poem called Resentment, but I didn't want to just reuse a poem, so I made a new one. Of course. So my least favorite songs are Irreplaceable. It's also one of her most popular songs, but it's not awful. It's just Mad at Me. And I get it's a classic song by her, but it's not my personal go-to for her. And then, you know, it kind of slows down the album because like it's really, it kind of slows things down because everything else was like upbeat, you know. My overall opinion is very upbeat, energetic, fun, assertive. I love the videos for this too, even though I did not rewatch the videos, but I know for Lemonade and Self-Titled, I'm definitely gonna watch. For Self-Titled Beyonce, I'm gonna watch all the videos, of course, because they're like a package, you know what I mean? And the Lemonade, of course, I gotta watch the film, because like once again, it's like a package. Renaissance, we have not gotten any visuals yet. I'm not like one of those fans that are like weird about it, but I mean, it would be nice, you know. Some people are being very aggressive about it, and on tour she said that we got the visuals. So I don't know. I feel like people keep trying to predict stuff, and unfortunately, like Beyonce wants to up herself. So I don't think we're gonna be able to predict like what she actually is gonna do with the visuals. But my prediction, and some people's other people's prediction, is maybe there'll be a tour documentary or something, and then she'll release the visuals with it. But I'm not talking about Renaissance all the way now. But I think this is a very fun and creative album, and it feels like such a pick-me-up from her debut. And the videos also went well with each song. And I think this is like a fan favorite for sure. Like a lot of fans love this album. So I'm gonna give this album an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, even like re-listening to it now. Okay, so I just made the poem called B-Day. Being super bad and daring because it's my birthday, and I'll shine if I want to. You would too if you were fabulous too. I feel like that was supposed to rhyme. Well, when I wrote it, I thought it rhymed. I guess two rhymes with two, but it's the same word, except one extra O. But anyway, it rhymed when I wrote it. Alright, so now we're going to I Am, Shots of Fierce. So I Am was more of like a, like kind of like ballads, and then Shots of Fierce was like the, you know, the fast, upbeat song side. So Shots of Fierce, if you don't know, was her alter ego that she used to get over stage fright. It was released November 12th, 2008. Oh, I'm reviewing the deluxe edition, because that was on her official YouTube, and I used the Missy app so I could like do other stuff and listen to it, like make my notes and look at the Wikipedia and stuff, and because I was listening to these late at night, so I was trying to keep myself awake. So yeah, the genre is pop and R&B, and the vibes I got were like dreamy, vulnerable, confident. So yeah, so let's get into my favorite songs. I'm gonna do the I Am, you know, the ballad side first. So for I Am, I love the broken-hearted girl. This song is so relatable, and she's very vulnerable. I think it sounds beautiful from B singing, and the beat on it, and everything goes so well together. I feel like this is also an underrated song by her, and I feel like she should perform this versus Halo, which I had already written Halo in my least favorite songs. That's why I'm mentioning it there. But we're gonna get to Halo. Smash Into You. I love how it truly embodies like being in love. You just want to run and tell the world, you know. And I love the excitement of the lyrics, and it definitely gives off fresh love vibes. Excuse me. And it's like ahead of her heels in love pop. So I feel like it's really cute. Okay, for the Sasha Fierce side, so that's like the more upbeat side. Radio. I love radio so much. I just think it's so cute and fun, and I feel the same way about like CDs and like music in general. Like I think music can transform us so much, and now radio isn't as diverse, but I still listen to it since I technically have no Bluetooth, so I don't really have a choice. LOL. But it's still a bop. You know, there's still bops on the radio now, even. And then Video Phone, which I feel like everything became a single, technically. Either was it this album or was it four that everything, I feel like a couple of her albums, like everything became a single and not just a few singles. Um, I think it was this one maybe, and it might be the next one. But yeah, so they had a lot of singles. But Video Phone, the song is such a fun bop. It's so playful and flirty, and I love the vibes of the song. I also love the video with Gaga. I did not listen to the version with her, but I think I gotta re-put my songs back on my phone. But I think I did download the remix version. All right, and I also love there's a song about radios and video phones, LOL, on this album. So you get a song called Radio, a song called Video Phone. Yeah. My least favorite songs. We're gonna start with Halo. This song irritates me, LOL. And I guess maybe it's like overexposure of performing it too much or hearing it when it came out so much, and I sighed as soon as like the beat started playing. If I never hear it again, I would be fine. Also, describing men as angels, like, boo, LOL. Single ladies, put a ring on it. Once again, I think it's just the overexposure thing, and you know, if I never heard it again, I would be fine. Once again, LOL. Yeah, and so the song is annoying to me at this point. And Diva, so this album getting hit a little hard. For me, that's what I put, LOL. I didn't realize how, I guess it's only 3 songs, so it's not a lot. But some of the songs I disliked, like these 3, and then some I felt mad about. This album must have been everywhere, like Pharrell's Happy. Can you remember how that was? And the first beat triggered me, LOL. And it irritates me once again. And I feel like it usually doesn't. I don't know. Tonight, when I was listening to it, I wasn't into it, LOL. My overall opinion, here it goes. So originally, I remember feeling like I Am, the slower side, was much slower than it actually was. But it didn't drag as much as I thought it would. And I felt like nostalgic listening to this album. And I think it was maybe because, like around this time, I was getting into like buying music on iTunes instead of getting CDs. But I would still get CDs after that. But it felt like a transitional period in my life for some reason. Like, switching to digital, you know, for the most part. And now, you know, everybody streams music. Or everybody streams music. I would say I enjoyed the Such a Fierce side more, of course, but I Am had some songs I really liked too. I will say some of the songs were overplayed and maybe just like them over time. However, overall, I enjoyed most of the album, both parts, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I felt like it wasn't as mellow as Dangerous in Love, but it was still not as upbeat as B-Day to me. So the poem's called Radio, of course. Ready to jam out and forget about all my problems. Dancing away my fears. I'm invincible when the music is loud. Only the music can heal the pain in my soul, so turn it up and let it comfort me. Oh, also, with the deluxe edition, when I'm looking at the lyrics and stuff, some of the orders of stuff was different. The same thing with this next album. So next album is 4 for her 4th album, and it's also her favorite number. Her birthday, September 4th. Jay-Z is, I forgot which month, but he's also born on the 4th. I think her oldest daughter, Blue, was born January 4th. Their anniversary is April 4th. I feel like I should know these things, right? But, yeah, 4 is a significant number for her, and this is her 4th album. I have the expanded edition, which is, like I said, like the last album. Not in the order that it is on YouTube. I mean, on Wikipedia, but they do show the order for this edition, though. But I kind of felt I couldn't click on the links because it was like you can only click on the songs in the original form. Which, for Beyonce's official site, all she has is, or her official YouTube, she just has the expanded edition. So that was a little annoying me. So it's a soul and R&B for the genre. The vibes get fun and love passionate. So my favorite songs were Party featuring Andre 3000, and this one doesn't have the J. Cole version. I'm not sure if the J. Cole version is a remix, but I thought it was also like a single too, but I could be wrong. This is one of my favorite songs by Beyonce, so of course it's going to be my favorites list. It's just so fun and smooth, and Andre brings this uniqueness to the song per usual. It's such a summer pop, you know what I mean? Countdown, another all-time favorite by her. I just did a TikTok about picking Countdown as my like favorite Beyonce song, like the little bracket where you do your head like this and you pick like which one you like better. I've been trying to do some underrated gems on these lists, but this and Party had to be on my favorites list, and it's just so cute and fun and energetic. I want to be in love when I hear this song. Oh well. And I feel like this album, I think everything was a single. So I mean, what is underrated if you release all of them? You know what I mean? My least favorite song is Best I Never Had. The song actually sounds good to me, but it's mad compared to the other songs of the album to me. I feel like Beyonce sounds great. I don't know, it's not the boppiest bop on this album to me. LOL. So my overall opinion. So I'm actually shocked. I really love this album. LOL. I feel like this is also maybe a fan favorite as well. Like, yeah. I've forgotten like how many bops were on it, and I hadn't listened to the whole album in a while. I remember liking it, but I actually like it a lot. I also love Dance for You. I've written poems based off of that called Write for You. There were other songs that I really liked. End of Time is cool. Like I had a lot that I liked, but of course I'm trying to limit what I put on the list. Oh yeah, I just talked about how I had more than 2 songs I liked. But I didn't want to overdo it on the other albums besides I Am. So yeah, I was trying to like keep it concise. But yeah, I had a lot that I liked. So I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. I thought I wouldn't give this rating until the next 3 albums, but I truly feel like 4 deserves the 9 out of 10. Which I've already technically reviewed Renaissance, but I'm just gonna kind of condense what I said, and I have a video about it, and I'm gonna give the rating again, because I mean I'm gonna talk about the last 3 albums in general. I'll just give some more background for that one. But my poem is called Countdown. Count me in on whatever adventures you want to go on, and I'll be right there, and I'll be right up under you, no matter where you go, 'cause together we can conquer anything. Don't ever doubt my love for you. Only you can make me truly happy, and whenever you feel down, just know I'll never leave you alone with your mountains. We can climb them together. So yeah, that's my review of Beyonce's first 4 albums. Which one of these albums is your favorite? Would you have rated some higher than I rated some? I gave 6, 7, 8 ratings. Let me see. Did I do that? I gave 7, and I gave it 8. Yeah, so I didn't almost in order. So I did 6, and then 8, and then 7, and then 9. But yeah, would you have rated some of these higher? Are these not your favorite albums by her? Are the other 3 that I'm going to talk about next week more of your favorites by her? I'm really excited to revisit Beyonce and Lemonade, because I haven't listened to them in a while. I actually still really listen to Renaissance, maybe not in the right order, but I'm going to re-listen to it in order, because the order does matter for that album. And yeah, a lot of these I'm revisiting and I haven't listened to. I will say I do listen to Dance With You kind of a lot. And but yeah, it was really fun revisiting these albums because I hadn't listened to them in a long time. So yeah, let me know in your comments. Are these your favorite? Are these your least favorite? Do you not have a favorite Beyonce album? Let me know. And also, I'm so excited to be going to the concert on Sunday. Have you seen her live? I saw her at the 2016 Formation concert. That was her last world tour. And then I didn't see her for Jay-Z on the run, because my friends were like, we just want to see Beyonce by herself. And then now my friends are not even going with me to see Beyonce by herself. I'm going by myself, which is fine. I went to 2 concerts this year. I'm going to be going, I went to see Rico Nasty by myself. And then this is going to be my other solo one. The other 2 I went with one friend, and the other one I went with 2 friends. So that's fine with me. I'm going to have me a good time. I'm going to be in the nosebleed. unless something drops that's like cheaper. But I'm also paranoid about like what I would do with my ticket. Like, would I be able to sell it in time? But anyway, I will see you all next week to finish up talking about her discography, and I will talk about the concert because I'm sure it's going to be great as always. So I'll see you all next week.